Every story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Hello and thank you for joining us on CoreTV News on the hour. I am Frank Omalape. Many users of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway endured a traffic snout that lasted over 3 hours due to traffic accidents in which 8 lives were allegedly lost. The accident scene was visited by CoreTV News' Bronson Wana, and he filed in this report.
The sight of a major traffic snare at the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway early Friday morning caught many by surprise, with most people wondering if the activity of religious organization is responsible. But the cause was the multiple accident scene which allegedly led to the death of 8 people, especially for road users of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The first accident, according to an eyewitness, Adegoke Abdul Jalil, chairman of the National Association of Concrete Workers, occurred at about 5:45 a.m. where a trailer ran through a parked and spoiled lorry without caution sign, which he said left 8 of his members dead.
A trailer over there, that trailer you're seeing was faulty. Probably didn't make any sign or indication of having fault. Then my people who was on the slow lane here. Then this trailer were just coming speedily. It didn't even wash. Probably he made that trailer unexpectedly. Then he just swerved on the side of our vehicle and just killed about serious accident. About 8 of them, of my people died, killed this morning. Not about exactly 8.
The other accident occurred at about 6:30 a.m. when a fuel tanker marked Wando, fully loaded, failed brake from 7-Up Ikeja, but was able to control the situation before the final point at Kara Bridge, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, where over 5 vehicles were affected. Ndubisi Dujogu, an affected driver, shared his experience.
Aside from 7-Up, so he had a brake failure. Instead of him to stop over there, he did not stop. So he was coming behind us from 7-Up to get to Vega. So there was a massive accident in the front of before Opik. So the accident was terrible, and there was a traffic. So everybody stopped on the normal lane. The traffic stopped everybody. So the next thing we see, the trailer side hitting every vehicle aside.
One of the road users, Chus Obini, attributed the incident to the impatience of the drivers.
Like in Abuja, we have to reduce the influx of trucks within the traveling hours where passengers are on the road. I think that should encourage more decency in our roads. The truck driver is really the one behind the problem.
For many at the scene, such incidents would have been averted if drivers obey traffic rules. Brownson Uwana, CoreTV News, Lagos.
President Goodluck Jonathan has assured Nigerians that the perpetrators of the latest bombing and their sponsors will be brought to book. He also wants the citizenry to learn to cope with the inconveniences of security measures targeted at checking insurgents' activities. President Jonathan said this while after visiting the Ema bomb scene as well as one of the hospitals where survivors are receiving treatment. Benwai Defense Headquarters has confirmed that 2 suspects are in custody of a Wednesday bomb attack in Abuja. Defense spokesman Chris Olukolade also revealed that more bombs were recovered from one of the suspects who was shot while trying to flee the scene. He disclosed in a statement that the discovery was made after bystanders drew soldiers' attention to 2 men speeding off on a power bike. Olukolade added that soldiers engaged the escaping suspects and in the process fatally wounding one of them who fell with his bag as the motorbike rider still made effort to escape through the crowd. The defense spokesman said the recovered bag was later confirmed to contain a package of IEDs and other accessories, including stop clock, mobile phones and other materials used for setting off explosive. He added that the last words from the suspect before he died in the hospital whereas people will die. Vice President Amadi Sambo visited the scene of Wednesday bomb attack in Abuja to see things for himself after being briefed by various heads of security operatives on ground.
Of those that have lost.
The Vice President visited survivors of bomb attack at various hospitals in the city center.
To the family of those that have lost their lives, and our sympathy to those that are injured, both here, the incidents in Kanu, and all other parts of Nigeria. This cowardly, unjust act will be defeated. Evil can never be sustained. Inshallah, this administration and Mr. President is not going to leave any stone unturned until we defeat this terrorist. Terrorism cannot survive in Nigeria or in any part of this world. We are doing everything, we are putting everything to ensure that within the shortest possible time, this will become a matter of the past. I want to assure all Nigerians, the government is doing everything to ensure safety of our lives and properties of all Nigerians and our visitors. I want to seize the opportunity to call on Nigerians also to be very vigilant, and be very observant and report any suspicious act that they see. Will also ask us to go back to our normal duties, our normal services, and to cooperate with the administration so that we will all jointly succeed in solving this problem.
Aside the cars that were burnt, the multiple explosion also damaged 2 shopping plazas in the area. The windows of surrounding buildings were also shattered by the bomb that left a 4-foot crater where it was detonated. But it also generated anger among Abuja residents. We however warn viewers that they may find some of these visuals distasteful.
This is the 3rd bomb in Abuja this year. The affected area looked like a war scene. Emma Plaza is the main target, but surrounding buildings also suffered collateral damage. The nearby Banes Plaza was partially damaged. Windows were shattered and door frames bent. This man was lucky to have escaped death.
All of us were outside there, majority of us were outside. That's my own personal car. So I park it, I just walk towards the car to pick something inside the car. That's how I just hear something. Wow, the thing shift me.
And here is another eyewitness who is still in shock.
So I was in first floor when the thing happened. So when I hear it sounds bam, then I turn back to look through the glass upstairs. What I saw here, it was fire.
These shared vehicles in these premises were set ablaze by flying shrapnels from the car bomb. CoreTV learned that at least 1 person was killed at this spot. Further down the road are bloodstains and abandoned personal belongings. A crowd had gathered near the scene and soldiers had problem pushing them back. This cripple is so angry, he insists he could do better than the people in government.
Me when see me for Gramba, I swear to God, if you enter that place, I'll pass you, I swear, okay. You think you're not good?
Even while the crowd mined around the area, there was a controlled detonating of another bomb, but the authorities are still assuring residents of Abuja for their safety.
The Police Service Commission has in the last 1 year approved the dismissal of 9 senior police officers. Commission Chairman Michael Kiro disclosed these at a briefing marking his 1 year in office. He revealed that 99 officers faced disciplinary action within the same period.
Also, the Commission considered and approved a total of 99 disciplinary cases with punishments ranging from dismissals to suspensions. There's also a table there giving you a breakdown of the 99 people who were disciplined. Equally, 2 of the dismissed senior police officers are to be prosecuted. 5 officers reduced in rank were subscribed for the firearms they lost, while 1 of the officers reduced in rank would also forfeit 37 days' pay. The Commission has received a total of 335 appeals through petitions bordering on police misconduct that are currently being processed.
African leaders gathered for a summit dominated by fears over a rise in extremist groups sowing terror across the continent. From the Sahel to Nigeria, Central and East Africa, armed groups carried out attacks, kidnappings and massacres on a daily basis on the continent. The summit in Malabo was attended by United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, who called for a rapidly operational peace and security structure. The 2-day summit in Equatorial Guinea, Sub-Saharan Africa's 3rd largest oil producer, has its official theme, agriculture and food security. However, it has been heard that to ignore the barrage of extremist attacks which threaten to overshadow civil wars in Sudan and the Central African Republic. The Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment says Nigeria needs to create 1.8 billion jobs annually to keep the employment rate at 33%. Aganga stated this in Lagos, saying stable electricity supply is a key to industrialization. He maintains that for Nigeria to attain industrialization, government must provide infrastructure that will put a stop to the exploitation of the nation's raw material.
No nation in the world has managed to move from being a poor to a rich nation by relying entirely, as we did for decades in this country, by relying on the export of raw materials like crude oil, without a strong industrial and industrial services sector. No country has done it in the world.
Away from that now, Nigeria's largest opposition party, the All Progressive Congress, is heading to court to challenge what is described as constitutional breaches in the run-up to the elections in Ekiti. The party also maintained that the governorship election was neither fair nor credible. Rising from the inaugural meeting of its National Working Committee, APC leadership cited several incidents before actually voting to justify its stance.
We are very proud of Governor Fayemi for his conduct and comportment before, during, and after the election. And we hail him as a true Democrat in the true spirit of the APC's belief that election is never a do or die affair. Our decision to act to challenge these illegalities in court is not only to ensure that these irresponsible and unconstitutional acts are not repeated in subsequent elections, but also because we have always said that evil thrives when good men do nothing.
Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party has lashed out at the All Progressives Congress for not accepting the processes and outcome of the June 21 governorship election in Ekiti State. PDP spokesman Olisa Metu said in a statement that it shows the party's preference for anarchy. The party wondered why the APC will kick against the process that produced what it regards as one of the freest, fairest and most credible elections in the country. PDP claimed that APC is now bent on using spurious claims to set the stage for mayhem in Ekiti. Winner of the June 21 governorship election in Ekiti, Ayodele Fayose, has been presented with his certificate of return. The presentation took place at the INEC premises in Ado Ekiti, where the governor-elect promises better governance for the citizenry.
The event attracted supporters of the governor-elect who thronged the INEC headquarters in jubilation. The resident electoral commissioner says the success of the poll was possible due to the unalloyed support the commission received from Ekiti people, adding that the Ekiti experience is a good omen for the 2015 general elections.
If this is realizable in Ekiti State, then we are optimistic that comes 2015, the Commission will register more credible an acceptable poll. Once more, we are very grateful.
In his acceptance speech, Fayose thanked his party supporters and the people of Ekiti for their steadfastness and promised to make the government grassroots-based, which will involve everyone in the state.
To do any capital flight, we are going to do exactly what will profit the common man of this state. I will continue to hit volley with them. I will continue to think I'm going to deal with them.
Basking in the euphoria of his victory, Fayose said the PDP is ready to conquer the Southwest in subsequent elections.
God has today, by this certificate, turned me to the leader of the Southwest Nigeria. I am going to go on from here to begin to energize our people from one state to another until we take back our inheritance.
The legal documentation of Fayose's election as the governor-elect of Ekiti State might spur political consultations and planning towards the governance of Ekiti State. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
You're still watching CoreTV News on the hour. After the break still to come, U.S. is putting pressure on Russian President Vladimir Putin. Find out why after this timeout. Stay with us.
CoreTV News presents a platform with presence in over 30 states of the Federation. Be sure to be had. For live coverage of events, we have the capacity to deliver from anywhere in Nigeria and beyond. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733, 014-533-407.
Our 24-hour news station.
CoreTV News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
Our 24-hour news station.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digi360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Glad to have you back on CoreTV News on the hour. Now, aside Nigeria, United States Secretary of State John Kerry says Russia must prove in the next hours that it is working to help disarm separatist groups in restive eastern Ukraine. Kerry made a statement after a meeting with his French counterpart. U.S. and EU leaders have heaped pressure on Russian President Vladimir Putin to help his Western-backed counterpart in Ukraine end a separatist insurgency as the clock ticks down on a shaky truce. President Barack Obama warned that additional sanctions will be in store if Russia does not move swiftly to reduce tensions in eastern Ukraine. Kerry said U.S. and EU leaders agreed that sanctions needed to be ready.
Ukraine, we are in full agreement that it is critical for Russia to show in the next hours, literally, that they're moving to help disarm the separatists, to encourage them to disarm, to call on them to lay down their weapons and begin to become part of a legitimate political process.
On the very, very difficult situation in Iraq, where the ISIL group has shown terrible ferocity and brutality, and we're expecting from the Iraqi that they could get united and it's a necessity not only for Iraq, but for the whole region, because it's a menace for Iraq, for the region, for Europe, and for US as well.
And that ends the news at 4. Many thanks for watching. I am Frank Omalape. Join us at 5 for more news stories. Bye for now.